I saw myself in a situation where I said I would never get in, was not married, with children. I wanted to give up. So I saw I'm getting on welfare, I'm becoming a statistic. It was humiliating. My name is Cynthia Sparks. I am out of class 37 from First Step. I now am employed at Estee Lauder, and I'm a receptionist there. First Step was very important for me. It played a major role in my life. They gave me hope again. You know, they made me see my way through, that I did have a place in society. They were responsible for me believing in myself again.
Welcome to what?
First Step.
First Step. First Step Job Training Program and class
60.
First Step is a 12-week job training program for women. It's composed of 4 weeks of training and an 8-week internship. And we also have the career development where women come and do their job search. Once you're a first stepper, you're always a first stepper. First Step is open to all women. Some of our women come from shelters, domestic violence situations. They want a new chance. They want to make the first step. Some of the women that we have never worked before, and they haven't been in the workforce. Some of the women have worked before but want to change. They just don't want to work, they want a career.
In 1984, I graduated the New York City Department of Corrections Academy. I was one of the first female officers on Rikers Island to have my own dorm with a high count of men by myself. And then I met someone, and I fell in love with him, bottom line. Then that became a problem. You know, this other half of mine was in the streets, was into conning. And then I got spoiled with all this money coming in, so I didn't want to work anymore. So in 1988, I resigned from corrections. By that time, I was pregnant, you know, with my second child. We broke up. I wanted to keep my kids together. Well, I said, okay, it can't get any worse. And it did. Those were the dark times. These are the very streets that I used to walk on when I lost hope. This is the lowest point of my life. Because I gave up. I actually went to get my kids back. That gave me, and said, someone told me, you can get your kids back, just get a place. And this church friend, she said, I got something for you. There's an organization called First Step. To see the children look at me and give hope. Again, I'm sorry. Oh boy, I said I was gonna do that. Stop. Oh, wow. It was the kids, though. Actually, it was the children believing in me more than I believed in myself, too. And they were so happy when I had some place that I was going to every day, First Step. My first internship was at Merrill Lynch. And after the internship was up, they called me back. And then when 9/11 happened, they laid me off. I was like, uh-oh, and I was scared. I always kept in touch with First Step. And this luncheon came up, and I said, what is this? I had this invitation last year. Okay, I'll go this year, what's gonna hurt? When I was at the luncheon, I just happened to be, you know, placed at the table where Deborah Kruwich was sitting. And we were introduced. One thing led to another. The next thing I know, I mean, very quickly, I had interviews at Estee Lauder, and to my surprise, I was hired as a receptionist.
She was so warm and friendly and interested in getting a job, and she had a family and children, and I said, well, Cynthia, you gotta send me your resume, because I just said, she sounds like she'd be a perfect person to work at Estee Lauder. She's bright and attractive and a can-do person, and I'd love to try to help her. So as soon as I got back to my office the next day, Cynthia did send me her resume, and we got her set up with Human Resources, and she got a job.
She's on an upward spiral. There is absolutely no doubt about it. We have adopted the whole family. Her son works here. Her daughter goes to the high school that we work with.
We see First Step as a sisterhood. It's a family. And once you become a member of our First Step family, it just keeps on growing and growing. You can always come back to the family. It's a sisterhood that is supportive of each other. And when you graduate, you can come back to this sisterhood.
We started out by participating in the training programs, and one thing led to another. We got very involved with the classes, the graduations, and generally being very involved with First Step.
The companies that volunteer their services to First Step, they're not only getting an extra person to work in their company, but they're also getting the satisfaction of knowing that they're cultivating women into the working world. It's kind of like they're the soil, and that soil is growing this beautiful flower, a working woman who's moving into another level.
We make no promises to the women when they come here and they intern. But if they make it on their own, we have created jobs. So I don't like to put any parameters on it for any corporation. Say, just think smart and think, how can I bring a really dedicated employee, loyal employee into my company and go from there.
We've been very pleased with the full-time employees that we have, the graduates from First Step, and they are really a part of Estee Lauder.
First Step works. I think that's really the core. It works. We see the small class sizes allow for individual attention. The umbrella organization of the Coalition for the Homeless, there could be none finer. The direction of the program speaks for itself.
You're giving an opportunity to those who may not have been given a chance once they went through whatever trials and tribulations. And sometimes people just stay stagnant or actually go in reverse because they think that there's no hope, that there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But these types of programs prove otherwise.
We need jobs. That really is the goal. Because everyone going through the classes, we need to translate it into the real world. And the only way to translate what we do when we're teaching a class, or they're practicing on their computers at 6 in the morning, the only way to see if the program is working is to give someone a job.
In order for First Step to succeed and to continue, we need financial support. A lot of job programs have terminated. Job training is not being funded the way it used to be. So we definitely want to keep First Step going because it works.
The real core value of First Step is know who you are, but more importantly, know who you want to be. And it's our job in the business world to empower the women and give them the skills and the tools to become who they want to be.
You're so wrong if you think that this is it. This is what I can't do any better. I never can do that. You can do anything that you put your mind to. It's not just the same, it's the truth.